Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Speta, and we're talking about Tropical Storm Melissa here on our Thursday morning. Our goal with these updates always to give you the latest information, just the facts, and no hype. And I emphasize that because I am going to use terms like major hurricane with significant rainfall in this update. And that really is in the forecast. It's expected to come a Cat 3 to Cat 4, lingering just off the coast of Jamaica, which is kind of the worst case scenario there. They're going to be in the right front quadrant. The core of the storm is likely still going to be sitting just offshore over some warm water. So by the time we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, they're really going to be kind of in the core of this based on the current forecast. Now, there is still some uncertainty, and it still could waver in said track, maybe track a little bit further towards the south, but the guidance continues to come more and more so together today that this is going to impact Jamaica and eventually turn towards the north, towards Cuba. Now, that's the big thing right off the bat. Let's take a look at our satellite picture here and just give an idea of what it looks like at this moment here on our Thursday morning, because it's not terribly organized. It still is struggling under a little bit of shear, and you can see that here in the satellite just off towards north. See that outflow kicking off just like that? That's that shear with the upper level winds. That's keeping it hindered just a bit thanks to a passing trough. The same passing trough, which at first we were thinking this could kick over Hispaniola, but it's just a little bit too far south for that. So once it escapes that shear, once it escapes that trough, it's going to move into this area more favorable for intensification. That shear backs up. You have the warm sea surface temperatures, and at this time we have hurricane watches for parts of Haiti, but of course Jamaica, all under a hurricane warning. And the rain, as I mentioned, that's going to be one of the big deals as we go ahead into the early part of next week. This only looks out through Friday and already seeing the showers across some of those coastal areas, but it really is going to add up, especially for Jamaica by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday as it slowly wakes its way towards the west. You can even see that here with our tropical storm force wind probabilities. Jamaica basically within the core of this. Now, as far as the extended forecast, if you're in Florida, for example, you're probably thinking, okay, is this going to come towards us? Most of the guidance, this is the GFS and the Euro, we use this to determine confidence in a forecast, all shows it trending towards the north and east over Cuba or maybe even Hispaniola, but none of it shows it into South Florida. And really thanks to a high pressure ridge over the southeast throughout the week and in the early next week, the chance of that going in that direction is going to be slim. There is a little bit of a trough on Sunday and the Monday that's going to kick by northeast Florida, really Florida for that matter, bring some rainfall. But that's going to just get a move on, and eventually that trough that is going to impact the southeast may be the eventual hook towards the east. You can kind of see it right there to pull this across Cuba and away. So yeah, but it's all about the timing with that arrival of that, how that could impact Jamaica. Jamaica could get two landfalls as it moves towards the west and it loops back and shifts back towards the east. And as far as Cuba, Guantanamo Bay, a lot of Americans out there in southeastern Cuba probably going to take the brunt of this. Havana's on the north coast are probably going to miss out on some of it. But then you talk about the Turks and Caicos, parts of the Bahamas, also looking at the potential impacts. Sea surface temperatures, though, extremely warm in this area. That is definitely going to provide fuel for intensification. And we've seen, just not just the GFS and Euro, but some hurricane models picking this up to become a Cat 5 by the time it's all said and done. So it's no surprise that at this point, the NHC, the National Hurricane Center, does have it as a Cat 4. So yeah, serious storm and the forecast. Of course, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I always try to give my best feedback here. And as always, continue to check back in at firstcoastnews.com/Hurricane Central.